Close test 14.9. So we are on 14.7. The upcoming patch is 14.8. So 14.9 is when they'll probably be added to the game then. Well, we'll see if all of them. In today's development blog, we are very pleased to announce several new premium ships, including one you've been asking for a very long time. Okay. Pan-Asian cruiser Lanzhou Tier VII. Hypothetical design of a cruiser with 180mm main battery guns, a development of the Soviet Project 26 ships. The cruiser was named after the ancient city in northwestern China, one of the country's industrial centers. In battle, Lanzhou will primarily target enemy cruisers. Eesh. Thanks to her great ballistics for the tier, you will be able to land hits on enemies with relative ease. This, together with good AP shell penetration, allows you to threaten even the heaviest battleships you may face. Her long main gun range, further complemented by the high-precision spotter consumable that grants the same improved dispersion effect as that found on the Tier 9 cruiser Tianjin, will allow you to make the fullest use of your solid guns. A cruiser smasher at Tier 7 sounds kind of crazy, because low-tier cruisers don't have any heal. Mid-tier cruisers don't have any heal. However, she has a small HP pool and her protection is quite limited, meaning you will have to be cautious of incoming fire. Okay. Combined with fairly average concealment for her tier, she might be okay. Will excel in dealing with hostile cruisers. Okay. Lanzhou. Are those tunneling guns? What's the hull? It looks like a shore's hull. It looks like a shore's hull. However, due to enemy return fire will be quite effective in taking you out if you're not keeping track of what is going on around you. Bro, none of the players keep track of that. 31.5k health, okay. 16mm armor. Is it Budyonny? Budyonny is better than... Is Budyonny like armor better than Shores almost? I think it is. 0 torpedo production. 17.6k range. Wait, 920. Are these stalling guns? Do you have improved pen angle? It doesn't say that you do. Just as good penetration. It doesn't say improved pen angle. These guns look, based on the turrets, they look extreme. 920. That looks exactly like Tallinn. $920 180s looks exactly like this. Looks exactly like this. Could they be Kirov guns? I don't think so. Wasn't Kirov shell velocity worse? I think it was. Yeah, Kirov is 800. Kirov is 800. The hull might be Kirov hull though. The hull might be Kirov hull. But those are definitely Tallinn guns, because the shell velocity goes up 120. Molotov guns? Those are also very good. Reload time 8.4. 22. Standard dogshit ASW. 8 chem torps. That's pretty good. Secondaries are a joke. A is a joke. 35 knots, that's pretty nice. 690, that's pretty nice. Rudder is a bit off though. Surface detect 12.7. So you're going to be sitting at what? 11.5? 11.4-ish with full conceal. I mean, the range though is... You get DCP, you get Hydro. High precision. 30 seconds. Okay, that's very short duration. 10% range, though. 10% range, 10% dispersion. So, this thing can absolutely annihilate low-tier cruisers, though. Because that's going to be a lot of alpha on the volley. Interesting. Seems like random battleships, completely useless in ranked. But the random battles like Funny Ship, that's pretty much it. Battleships will probably walk all over this thing, but... Seems like a pretty funny ship. Also, if it's like Kirov Hull or something, then DDs can sit it as well. No, it's not Kirov hull, by the way. It's got the flat hull. German cruiser Nurnberg 44. How many fucking German cruisers at the tier do we have now? Jesus. The last German light cruiser ever built, she was the longest serving major warship in the Kriegsmarine and the only ship to see service post-war, albeit under the Soviet flag with the name Admiral Makarov. Why couldn't we get Makarov 44 to remind us of the age-old Makarov debate? Spread to the quiet, yep. AP focused cruise of good ballistic penetration and improved ricochet angles. Man, they're just handing out improved ricochet angles to every ship nowadays. I remember when this used to be like, it used to be like national flavored perks. Like if you were of a certain nationality, you got a certain perk. It might have been radar, it might have been a specific smoke, it might have been improved pen angles, something like. If every nation had their gimmicks. Nowadays, when they're pumping out premiums, they just fucking mix and match whatever they feel like. It's kind of wild. Making lethal against enemy cruisers. Bro, they really want people to blow up cruisers. Apparently tier 7 cruisers are so busted that we need a bunch of cruiser killers that are cruisers. Her torpedo tubes benefit good range, speed, and damage. Okay. Short main battery range. Needs to get up close in a Nurnberg hull. However, she is extremely fragile for her tier. Comes with good base. Short burst smoke! Remember when short burst smoke generator was only available to Royal Navy destroyers? That was their gimmick. And remember when improved pen angles was only available on American heavy cruisers? Now we get a German cruisers that has short burst smoke and improved pen angles. Like, it just mix and match the fucking gimmicks, man. Nurnberg 44 will have a vicious bite, but your jaw is made of glass. Holy shit. The writing, man. Goddamn. 27.7 kHP. 14.5 range. That's pretty off. Are they forgetting about carriers again? I feel like they're forgetting about carriers again. They always conveniently they still balance the ships as if carrier spotting and sub spotting doesn't exist. Like they balance their ships based as if there isn't two classes that can just ignore all forms of like positioning and just randomly spot you wherever. Sub will just fucking show up on your forehead with no warning, no info, or a plane will randomly spot you with no warning, no info. I feel like they just keep forgetting like these things exist, either intentionally or accidentally, or they don't play the game. But the whole concept of being super squishy but having good conceal would work if there wasn't plane and sub spotting. Look shit ASW. Pretty punchy AP for tier 7. Okay, the A is probably a joke. Yes. So carrier can just hover, it's a perma spot you forever, which is gonna make your entire fucking concealment and armor irrelevant. 32 knots. Yikes, that's pretty slow for a cruiser, by the way. Surface detect 10.5. So it's gonna be what, 9.4-ish or something? 9.4, 9.3 conceal. Yeah. So, I mean, 9.4 conceal, but you only do 32 knots. Do you have a speed boost? No. So you what? You have to smoke up? What's your smoke farm penalty? 6.1. Yeah, I don't know about that. So you should smoke up, farm a bit of AP, and then you run away and hope no one spots you. That's basically it. I mean, it's a smoke AP farmer, and if you want to play a smoke farmer, you want the HE most of the time because, well, people just angle against your smoke. So AP is generally significantly less useful unless you have overwhelming DPM like Royal Navy light cruisers. It's a Nurnberg hull as well, isn't it? So yeah, the guns are in the back. So you have to like run in, turn out smoke, and then sit kited in your smoke and shoot AP backwards. And this is, of course, hoping that there's not a sub or a CV randomly spotting you or whatever, in which case you have to stop early. Yeah, I don't know. It's tier 7, like, you can get away with a lot of nonsense at tier 7. The power levels at tier 7 vary incredibly highly. Like, there's some ships that are complete dog shit, there's some ships that are actually quite good at tier 7. It's a huge variation, but generally speaking, mid-tier cruisers are punching bags. They exist to make battleship players feel better about themselves. They generally don't have any radar, unless they're premium. They don't have any heal, and they don't have any armor. So no matter how incompetent the battleship player is, he's probably going to be able to crush a cruiser for free. Unless you're playing some really strong premiums like Weimar or Atlanta or shit like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Would anyone actually want to buy one of these? Would anyone actually want to buy one of these? It's a pretty hard sell for me. Pretty hard sell for me. Yeah, no, like, why would you play this thing over Weimar, for example? It's pretty hard to sell. Also, why would you play it over Flint? If you want to play Smoke Farm Cruiser, why not play Flint? French battleship Roussillon. Roussillon? No idea how to pronounce that. The Russ. French battleship Russ. During the late 1930s, in light of increasing tensions around the world, the French Republic committed to a rearmament of all its military branches. For Richelieu class, in light of intelligence gathering larger ships, they began work on a successor class. Okay. So what is this? Is an Alsace copy pasta? Roussillon will be a ship with mighty armament on a fragile hull. Her excellent accuracy for a French battleship. Excellent accuracy for a French battleship, together with good shell ballistics, makes her a perfect choice for long-range engagements. Speed boost. Okay. So it's going to be another kite HE spammer. She suffers from significantly longer than average base reload of 36, meaning you will have to pick your shots carefully to make every salvo count. She does have access to a main battery reload booster with an impressive 67% reload reduction and 5 charges, albeit at the cost of a longer cooldown of the consumable. Okay. Well, if it's a really long cooldown and you have a really long reload, you have to play it kite. Like, you can't go in this thing ever. This is like textbook fucking. I can already tell this textbook kite cruiser or kite battleship. Okay, 69k HP, 26mm plating, so overmatched by 380s. That's dog shit. Burns for 60 seconds, really good torpedo belt though for some reason. That's wild. 3x3 406s. 850. Wait, are these champagne guns? 406, 850. Are these champagne guns? $850s. Yeah, 12.1 alpha. These are champagne guns. These are champagne guns. Champagne guns punch really hard. And I guess it gets like the good dispersion of the champagne as well. But still, 406s with a 36-second reload. Sheesh. Sheesh. Champagne guns have giga penetration though. Like they got magic shells like just like Slava. But champagne is pretty shit. Like, champagne is just really unplayably shit. It just blows up so easily. And this looks like another one that's gonna blow up so easily. So it's what? Copy-paste Alsace with champagne guns and dogshit reload and dogshit armor. Secondaries W. Secondaries. Oh, the 8k bait secondaries. Oh, no. Oh, no. You know people are gonna build secondaries on this. The same way people are building secondaries on French ships, even though it's completely brain damage. They see, like, 8km range? That's a secondary battleship. And then they run around with their 70mm pen and 25mm pen, and they can't even touch you. And they just run around with their secondary shooting everywhere, doing 0 damage. Do you see how many shells are coming out? It must be doing a lot of damage. It's like, no, it's not doing any damage. Okay, AA is fucking dog shit. That's pretty rough. Holy shit. Look at that. Look at that alpha on the flag. 32 knots. 9-10 turning. Rudder 16-6. Man, they really should have fucking consulted the Pan Americans on how to make battleships turn in 10 seconds. Because, like, that's pretty revolutionary technology. I can't believe no other nation came up with that. Although the Brits had it, they utilized it on the Thunder, and then they forgot about it. Unfortunately. Okay, wait, surface detectability 16.6. 16.6? What are we talking about? We're talking 13.4, 13.5, 13.4. On a very squishy hull, that's pretty rough. If you consider 26mm plating, and it's probably got a pretty big set, that's pretty rough. Standard dogshit DCP, the worst DCP. Heal is trash, also, basically the worst heal, 80-second cooldown. And it's not going to have the American improved healing on this. Engine boost, okay, is actually really good. How fast was it? 32. 50, it does get 50%, so we're going to be running 32, we're going to be running speed flag. And then we're going to be running speed boost. So we do 38, 64. And if we run brisk, which probably run on a ship with this kind of reload. 42 knot battleship. Interesting. That's pretty wild. Why are all battleships so fucking fast these days? Like, the fucking speed power creep in this game has been insane. But yeah, 42 knots, so it's very quick. And here's the reload booster. 20 seconds, minus 67. You can just eke out 2 shots in it? You can just barely eke out 2 shots. You'll get 2 shots off. You shoot reload booster and think you get like, what, 2 shots almost, don't you? No, you don't. You get 1 and a bit more. Still, it's gonna be pretty nasty. Especially if it's champagne guns. Long ass reload, a 220 reload, and you have 5 charges. 220 reload. So wait, like, how much time do you need to even go through all of this? You need 12 minutes, and that's ideally if you pop it right at the start of a match. You basically need a full fucking game to go through all of this, because you're not gonna pop them on cooldown. You're gonna wait for opportunities, ideally. You basically need a full game to go through this. Fighter, spotter. Yeah, I can. What was the range on this thing? 23.4. I mean, you run spotter for the angle anyway, but still. You're gonna get 4 cooldowns. True, you start with that wing charge. You're right, you're right. Hey, we're still talking like 10 minutes though to go through them. But yeah, it's defo kite cruiser. Or sorry, not. I'm calling it kite cruiser, but it's like a kite battleship. What was the HE alpha? I mean, you probably want to be shooting AP at all times. What's the HE? 40. Wait, what? How is the fire chance so good? Wait, lol, they completely made this into a fucking HE spammer. I didn't realize. Wait, why is it 49%? Champagne has 49% fire chest. You just almost never use, but 49% is fucking nuts. That's like Conquer. Conquer is what, 48? 48%. Yeah, Conquer is 48% fire chance. This thing is 49 at tier 9. So you're gonna be lobbing HE, and then if someone fucking DCPs, you pop your funny button, and then you like throw out 2-3 volleys of HE on the guy, and he's like perma-burning. I mean, you want to be using the AP because Champagne AP, but the HE is gonna be fucking obnoxious. The HE is gonna be really obnoxious. Like really, especially with the flat fast ballistics of the Champagne. Bro, the amount of C players that are gonna run around in this thing fucking pointed away, kited in Narnia at 23 kilometers lobbing HE at you. Why play Yoshina when you can play fucking French Yoshina? Aye, aye. Aye, aye. Can't say I'm too excited about this thing because, like, this is they so far they've shown 3 ships that all have 0 pushing power. They shown some Russian cruiser that can only sit in Narnia or it blows up, a German cruiser that can smoke up or and sit in Narnia or otherwise it blows up, and now this French wing with 26mm nose that has to sit kited away or it blows up. So yeah, so far everything they've introduced has been kite. Everything has been kite ships. A further development, German cruiser Bremen, of the light cruiser design based on the Admiral Hipper class. Okay, in-game mines, with greater displacement and the main battery in 4 gun turrets. Speaking of kites, the cruiser inherited her name from her predecessor, SMS Bremen, which perished in the Baltic Sea. Bremen will play very much like Tier 8 mines, thanks to a battery of 1650mm guns and 4 quadruple turrets, with the usual improved pen for HE. Mine's pin's 38, so this thing will absolutely fist the American battleships, as if American BBs needed more ways to get fisted, but this is another ship that pens 38, which means it pens American deck armor and upper belt armor. Her AP shells also benefit from very good penetration for their size. Okay, so it just smashes really hard. You will primarily wish to fight at long range, thanks to the shell's flat ballistic and torpedo range to compensate for a large size, making Bremen more vulnerable in close-range encounters. Are we gonna get anything in this devlog that isn't like a kited ship? Our armor scheme and improved Germany hydroacoustic search mean you can press the attack when required. Wait, what armor scheme? You can press the attack? Her poor concealment and below average handling make it difficult for her to engage in close combat without attracting enemy fire. Also, that means subs and CVs fucking love you. Her consumable is typical, DCP, heal, spotter plane, hydro. Although, you should have insanely good AA, right? Because you have so many fucking light guns. Your AA should be nuts. Surely Wargaming has given this really insane anti-air, right? Surely. Summary is your classic... Bremen is your classic long-range HE support cruiser. Bro, what a nice way of saying HE base kiter. What? Support. Bro, I'm not kiting away. I'm supporting. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's literally a Hindenburg hull. And they slapped enlarged mines turrets on it. Fair enough. Oh wait, it's on the Clausewitz hull. Wait, it's not on the Hinden, it's on the Clausewitz hull. So wait, are you gonna get the fucking 50mm plating then? That's so much better than Hinden's armor. This thing is gonna be so fucking obnoxious sitting angle then. Holy fuck, if it gets the 50mm, if it gets the fucking Clausewitz armor, meaning you can't overmatch it, this thing sitting angled on a flank and just spamming you while fucking bouncing because you can't overmatch is gonna be the most horrendous experience in the world. Light cruiser, by the way. Holy shit. That's fucking wild. German cruiser Bremen, 51.7. 25 nose. Okay. 30-second burns for 30. 16. Main battery 4x450. 38mm pen. Yeah, it's the mine's guns. Reload 6 seconds. Has someone calculated the DPM on this thing? Someone calculated the DPM on this thing. This is gonna be some fucking insane DPM because it's gonna be so consistent because of the full 38mm pen. 624k AP DPM. Holy shit. 6 second is mains RPM. Yes, I know. And I'm surprised they gave mains RPM while giving it 4 extra guns and access to the fucking reload slot at tier 9. Hello? 272k HE DPM. Holy shit, that's a lot. So this thing does DM DPM, but obviously with much better ballistics, the ability to pen everything. Holy shit, but the AP DPM being 640 is fucking nuts. That means it has more AP DPM than Minotaur. Jesus. 960. It's gonna be... Isn't that main shells? I think that's mine's shell velocity. Holy fuck, that thing looks obnoxious as shit. Yeah, 960. It's the same as mine's. They even buffed the AP actually. It's 3.9k. What did they do? No, it's the same exactly. It's just copy paste exactly. So you're dealing with either DMHE except worse, because more shells, more chance of a fire, and more pen. So shit, American BBs are just gonna melt. And then you're dealing with absolutely insane AP alpha. Absolutely insane AP DPM. Holy shit. Yeah, it's 624k AP DPM. It's more than Minotaur. Minotaur is 600. So this thing is more AP DPM than Minotaur. But significantly better ballistics. It doesn't have improved pen angles, but significantly better ballistics. So you can use it at longer ranges. Holy shit. Holy shit. 12 km torps as well. Wow, that's a fucking upgrade. Really? 12 km torps, 64 knots? They're pretty stealthy as well. These are pretty nice. And you get... Wait, you get 10 per side. 10 per side. Holy shit. Bro, pushing into this thing is going to be so Ebola. Kiting, dropping torps, and just like insane DPM. Jesus. If the firing angles aren't like complete Ebola on this thing, fighting into this thing is going to be like impossible. AA, you do get 6 flak. 6 km range. That's actually pretty decent. The continuous is pretty dog shit though. 32.5. Turning circle 840. Okay, it handles like shit. It does handle like shit. It's got basically battleship handling. Well, we call it handling like shit when it has 11.6 second rudder, but let's not forget that Hindenburg has 12.1 second rudder. So this thing having 11.6, well, it's gonna have Hindenburg handling roughly. Look at the secondaries. Secondaries are irrelevant. Them pinning 32 is funny meme, but they didn't say anything about improved dispersion on them, so it's mostly a meme. They'll add some damage, but if they don't have dispersion, it's not gonna do anything. But yeah, it handles like shit, which is fine. It should. Surface detect 16.2, so what are we talking? 13 kilometers? Let's see, 16.2. 13.1, 13.1. Pretty poor concealment, pretty poor handling. Smoke firing penalty is also pretty bad, God bless. But this thing is still gonna be the most... You still have such a buffer. You smoke up at fucking 10 kilometers and you can farm up to 18 kilometers from a smoke. That's Ebola, holy shit. Standard DCP, pretty standard heal, 6M Hydro or defensive, but you probably go Hydro always. And a spotter. Jesus. Honestly, the biggest deciding factor on this thing is what armor scheme are they giving this thing? Are they giving it... Because if they give it... It's difficult of its hull. Like, it's difficult of its hull. If they give it this... It's gonna be horrendous to deal with. Horrendous. And what firing angles they give it is also gonna be interesting to see. If it gets Hindenburg, it's still gonna be like rough to deal with. Especially if, God forbid, you're playing a 406 battleship. But a bit more manageable. It's 50, what do they have? 51.7? So it's got a weird health pool. We'll see. We'll see what they do for it. I would assume they would nerf the plating, but honestly, bro, I assume they would nerf the Valparaiso. I assume they would nerf the Libertad. I assume they would nerf Colombo. I assume the developer played their own game. Actually, no, I didn't. I really didn't assume that, but like, you can't, like, they've given up on balancing in this game, so anything is possible. Yeah, it would make sense since it doesn't get the 25 nose that it also gets that 30 millimeter plating. You might even get 27 millimeter plating. We'll see. That would help balance it a fair bit. But then people would just play it further out, I think. I don't know. It is German, though, and we do know for a fact that if there's one thing this developer hates, it's a German ship that performs too well. So there is high probability that it will get fucked. Unless it's a sub. Unless it's U-24501, then they don't care. And if there's carriers, they don't care. God bless. Japanese battleship Aki Tier 10. A new mighty Japanese beauty. Originally created for World of Warships Legends. Comes to our virtual seas. What if... Uh-oh. What if the Japanese Navy had given a Yamato-class battleship the same conversion they had Ise? Holy shit. Well, that is Aki. The ship inherited her name from a battleship that served in the Imperial Japanese Navy in the early 20th century, which was named in honor of the historical province in the west of Honshu Island. Aki boasts immensely powerful 460mm guns. Okay, bro, have you guys actually played Yamato? Like, the guns are pretty good, but you can no longer call them immensely powerful with the way the turretverse fucks that lineup. In her forward pair of triple turrets, they will allow her to engage any target effectively, and due to their forward placement, you do not have to risk exposing the famous Yamato-class cheek to bring all your firepower into action. This might actually be a buff for most IG Yamato players, though. They keep giving too much broadside for no reason to use their back turret. This might actually be a survivability buff. She's the most battleship-like of the hybrids. See, that doesn't matter. Because the fucking hybrid player base will still sit and spawn and only launch planes. And then they'll snipe from 30 kilometers. Retaining her main gun's ability to end almost any fight with only a few direct hits. Compared to Yamato herself, her main guns are more accurate and have a faster reload time of 28 seconds. However, they have a shorter range and her turrets suffer from slow traverse speed. So you will struggle to react to surprises, so you get the same horrendous traverse. The key element of Aki is her access to an HE dive bomber squadron, giving her the ability to target ships outside her main battery's range. Yes, and more importantly, giving you the ability to bomb destroyers and just spot everything, because your spotting breaks the game. Plane spotting breaks your game. This squadron's strength lies in the large number of bombs it drops, as well as these bombs' decent damage and good penetration. Though their long fall time is a drawback. Oh boy. Oh, it's gonna be fisting. More things to fist people who try to play any good position. Oh, you're trying to push up to an island? You can. There's another new fucking squad that's gonna one-shot you if you go up. Do people understand that if you prevent cruisers from pushing up to islands and playing at islands, they're just gonna sit kited in spawn? It doesn't actually lead to better gameplay. It leads to even more passive gameplay, because instead of the people actually playing forward close to the objectives, they're instead sitting kited somewhere in fucking spawn because they can't go up there because planes will one-shot them. It doesn't actually reduce camping or improve gameplay. It just makes the every game feel the same, because everyone is just sitting kited in spawn because you can't push up to anything. That's what happens when you get Utrecht and Gutenlu in a match. No one can play any fucking good positions. Everyone just sits in Narnia because you remove options from the field, and if the only option left is the safe option, which is sitting in Narnia. Oh yeah, I feel like they don't. A lot of the playbase doesn't understand it, and the developers themselves don't seem to understand it either. To some extent, they seem to understand it because they ban things from like comp, like plane spotting and shit, but they don't care about randoms for some reason. Aki has a rather weak citadel, but while her armor is solid, she comes equipped with a repair party. She's best suited for captains who prefer to play it safe and keep their distance from enemies. That said, thanks to the placement of main guns, a bow-in push remains an option if the situation demands it. But be warned, it's likely to be a one-way trip. Bruh, just what we needed. More base wankers. And the sad part is, because of the hybrid feature, the only way to play against this is to also be a base wanker. Like, good design. A base wanking ship that makes the enemy also base wank. Nice, exactly what we needed. With the ability to strongly emphasize back for main guns, yeah. Wait, that's the laziest. Wait, that's the laziest redesign I've seen. What the fuck? Did it just like remove the turret and just pretend it's an airfield? Huh? Wait, that's the laziest like fucking rework to the actual model I've seen. Did it just like remove the turret and... Someone did link me some videos actually. A guy in wait 1 second. In Nelson Lounge, there are some vids. Oh nice, here we go. I posted it in my Discord. We can look at some of these actually. Nate reposted it in my Discord channel. Let me check. This is Roussillon. I mean, it's literally, isn't it basically just an us with the turrets? I think it is. Oh, we haven't looked at Haba yet. We'll look at that later. Oh, this is... That looks so fucking weird. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? What the fuck? $97.2K, 32 millimeters, 60-second, 55. Okay, holy shit, it's gonna be snows in, sitting on border. This thing is gonna take ages to kill. Oh yeah. 26.1 range, of course. AP 14.8. Same fucking terrible turtles. 2.1 Sigma though, 28-second reload. So like, still gonna be smashing. Wait. Giving her the ability to target ships outside her main battery's range. I'm just saying, if your battleship is not within 26 kilometers of the fucking enemy, maybe you should consider fucking, I don't know, jumping off a building in Minecraft. But maybe reconsider your battleship positioning if you struggle to get within 26 kilometers of the enemy in your battleship. Jesus. Dive bombers, hit points 1, cruising speed 133 maximum. Cool. 8 planes. Wait, what the fuck? 8 planes, 2 bombs, 16 bombs. 16 bombs. Oh, cool. It pens 41 again. So once again, American deck armor 38. Wargaming. Have you perhaps considered maybe it's time to like rework some of the American BB armor? When every single new fucking HE gimmick you add to the game just punches straight through the armor as if it isn't there. Have you perhaps considered that? Like, 32mm plating is the same as 38 nowadays because everything you add to the game just punches through 38. Like, it doesn't... 88k Bomb Strike Alpha. Very cool. So this is gonna be... You drop this on a Montana, Ohio, and it's guaranteed like 30k damage. Plus, of course, the fires. With this many bombs, yeah, you're getting fires. So 30k damage plus fires on a battleship. Nice. Cool. What fun. What's the counterplay again? Reinforce sector. And then hope that the AI gunners do something. Wow. So interactive for the guy receiving the strike. What an interactive experience it is. What a well-designed system. Just sit there and get fucked by fucking planes. And you have zero counterplay. Nothing you can do about it because, of course, they're gonna handle better than you are. And they're gonna be faster than you are. And your fucking entire countermeasure relies on an AI number. A fucking AI gunners doing your work for you. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Secondaries look like dog shit. AA looks like dog shit. Unfortunate. You should have been a real carrier, then you would have gotten real AA. If you were a Hakuri, you'd get like 11 flak, but sadly you're a battleship, so you get 4 flak. Unfortunate. Wargaming staff here. We considered buffing US deck, but decided to instead increase all Soviet armor values by 2.5. I mean, Soviet armor values aren't even an issue anymore in the game. What's even tanky in the game anymore? Petra? That's pretty much it. Like IGN-wise, Petra. And of course, I guess, kited fucking Moskva. But even Kremlin doesn't really feel that tanky anymore. Like if you're playing something in hard counter, sure, but Kremlins melt really quickly nowadays with fucking all the pressure that people put on their DCP and how much pressure you take when you push in. Maximum speed 27 knots, handles like shit. Okay, you're just gonna sit in Narnia. Surface detect 17.6, so what is gonna be 14.1? 14.3. Oh yeah, standard Yamato. Standard shit DCP. Standard shit here. Why? I mean, obviously, they needed to make a new premium, and they need to... Apparently, a lot of people buy these hybrids. I guess it's... I think it's like a combination of people who are too incompetent to be effective in battleships, and too incompetent to be effective in hybrids, or in carriers, which is incredible. Imagine being too incompetent to be like, ineffective in the cheat class. And I think that's why they make hybrids. So people can pretend like, oh, I'm not actually playing a carrier, guys. I'm playing a battleship. And then they sit at the back of the map and only really use their planes to do anything. Aye. American cruiser Hawaii. Third of 6 planned Alaska-class large cruisers. Okay. Worked in the beginning on her. She was a prime candidate for conversions into other roles. One such role was considered a large command ship under code SCP-83. This would have seen her superstructure completely rebuilt and her armament to consist of numerous modern 127 and 76mm guns, as well as numerous radars and advanced communication equipment so she could coordinate amphibious landings and fleet command. This option, among others, was rejected as she was scrapped in the 1960s. In battle, Hawaii will take advantage of the reasonably tanky Alaska-class hull with its high amount of HP and solid armor protection. Her main guns boast good reload speed and solid ballistics. She also benefits from an alternative fire mode, which provides a major boost to reload speed at the cost of significantly reduced main battery range, and altered ballistics that make it difficult to shoot accurately at long distances. Her set of consumables includes a surveillance radar, sailing radar, so what, 8.5K radar, and heal. And choice between hydro or defensive. Her downsides, as you can expect, are her sheer size, for what is essentially a supersized take on Tier 10 cruiser Austin, and poor concealment, and Daiichi shells and port pen. Serve as a rapid-firing support cruiser for your team with the ability to maximize her damage output in close-range engagements via her alternative fire mode. Combined with her consumable set, she will be able to support your team and mitigate her vulnerability to torpedoes due to her large size. My god, that is ugly. Bro, what the... These fucking telephone poles. And then these comically small turrets here. This kid's got more... Okay, let's look at the video. Let's look at the video. This is certainly a fucking design. They're offset from the center. Holy shit. I mean, this thing must have 20 AA flak and incredible continuous anti-air, because it's like modern. 1950s advanced radar guidance, advanced VT fuse. Oh man, I can't wait to see the AA values on this thing. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane, guys, right? It's gonna be insane. Surely. 71.1. Wait, what the fuck? That's not Alaska helpful. Alaska is 63.8. Is it Puerto Rico? It's Puerto Rico. 27 military plating as well. Jesus. Burns for 60 seconds though. Okay, fair enough. Fire range 18.3. Holy shit. 12x2 with 6-second reload. I mean, oh, it doesn't have SAP though. It only has HE and AP. Interesting. Reload time 3 seconds, burst in one. Okay, so alternative reduces the reload to 3 seconds. Well, how does it make DM range make any sense in the current meta anymore? 15.8 came range on Des Moines, like 203mm guns. Meanwhile, that 127s are lobbing 18 kilometers away. How does it make any sense? You can only use 9 turrets per side. Fair. Yeah, the other ones are behind the hull. Makes sense. So the alternate fire mode is pretty funny with the 3-second reload. That's gonna be a lot of dakka. A lot of dakka. John the Ruthless will be happy with this one? I don't think he will. You're probably gonna struggle to reposition in this thing, and also this thing is gonna be very easy to farm, unlike Colbert, which can juke shells. It might do a lot of damage though. Hey, you actually get 11 flak. That's really surprising. You have a pretty solid long range continuous, and you get 11 flak. I am genuinely surprised. I am genuinely surprised. Actual anti-air. Actual anti-air to some extent. That's enough like continuous and flak to actually justify running defensive AA on this thing. They'll nerf that? Yeah, I mean, no fly zone is a bit like, first of all, you can fly around flak. Second of all, Nakimov, of course, ignores flak. Nakimov just goes into attack mode straight through the flak. So he just ignores it. So there are carriers that are so well designed that they completely ignore the counter mechanic. But it might work against some carriers to some extent, which might be enough for Wargaming to nerf it. We'll see. $33 knots, 840, 30. Okay, it handles really poorly though. Surface detect 15. Okay. 12-2 conceal. Oh yeah, 12-2 conceal. Pretty rough smoke point penalty as well, so you can't really smoke up and farm that well in it. You can to some extent. Standard DCP, very standard heal. Hydro, I mean, I think you're gonna def run. This is what it might be one you run defensive AA on, because you have the radar. So you might not need Hydro the same way, you just run the Hydro and the defensive. Might be pretty good. Jesus. How the hell are you supposed to get in 8.5k radar range with this chunker? Using terrain, islands. And honestly, a lot of DDs just walking. Bro, DDs continually walk into Hydra. DDs continually walk into surface spotting. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see DDs walk into this radar. I would not expect. I would not be surprised at all. Remember, they're removing defensive AA? I mean, they're removing defensive AA and they're removing flak, so they are doing their utmost to gut any anti-air that you have in this game. Because apparently, being able to shoot down 1 out of 20 planes is still too much for Wargaming. French submarine Surcouf. What time is it? 2 p.m. Might be a bit early for whiskey, boys. The one, the only. Surcouf was the only member of her class built by the Marine Nationale. 203mm gun turret, which was horrendous. Like, it was fucking dog shit. They had so many issues. During this time, it was determined that she would be able to surface and fire the weapon in just or 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes. You should add that to the game as well. When it starts surfacing, it needs to wait 3 minutes before it can use its gun. Where are all the guys that are talking about historical accuracy for subs? The guys who said, hey, subs should be in World of Warships because historical accuracy. They should be here to make sure that this 3-minute timer is added, right? Anyway, Surcouf combines the general playstyle of a destroyer with the ability to dive rather than deploy a smokescreen. And diving is a lot better than deploying a smokescreen, because when you dive, you go immune to radar, you go immune to Hydra as well. Pretty useful. In fact, you can't even be proxy spotted. That's pretty crazy. Her characteristics lend her to play primarily on the surface thanks to her large gun armament, improved French engine boost. Oh my god. Usable under. Oh my god. What the fuck are they doing now? What are they making? And a large amount of hit points. Her twin 203mm gun turret is supplemented with a main battery reload booster, typical for ships of the French Navy. Surcouf really is one of a kind. Holy fuck. She immune to blind firing? Oh yeah, and immune to being torped in the smoke as well. You're just immune to everything. It's really so much better than smoke. She will also be the first submarine to have access to the... Bro, they haven't even given ASW airstrikes to destroyers, but they've given it to a sub. They're giving ASW airstrikes to a sub before they're giving it to a destroyer. Holy fucking shit. That is fucking wild, man. They really have just accepted how dog shit the standard ASW in this game is. Jesus. Bro, we're dropping ASW planes on other subs in our subs? What the fuck? She doesn't have access to hydrophone, and her submarine surveillance consumable has reduced parameters. Aye, aye, aye. Her torpedo armament also unique for a submarine. Surcouf is the first submarine in our game that does not have access to acoustic torpedoes or sonar. Uh-oh. That's actually bad. Because the way you kill most retard subs is when they ping, 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 then they get dropped with ASW and they just sit there. Ping, ping, and then they blow up to ASW because they're so retarded that they constantly telegraph their position. Not having ping might be a buff for the player base again, because... you'll have no idea where he actually is. She has 4 forward torpedo tubes and 2 stern-based triple launchers capable of firing to each side, but only when surfaced. This allows her to present a limited torpedo threat from her broadside to help compensate for her poor agility. Her torpedoes in general have a good damage, solid range, and decent speed for a tier, but a long real life. Yeah, and this also means... Wait, is it gonna have the limitation to shotgunning or not? It better have the limitation to shotgunning. I wonder if they can code the limit to shotgunning on these torps. I can't wait to have this thing pop up on my broadside though. I'm sitting there in my cruiser, and this thing just surfaces on my broadside and reload boosters 203mm AP into my citadel from the broadside. That's gonna be really cool. Holy shit, bro. This developer is so fucking demented. Is actually so fucking demented. Holy shit. So this makes Surcouf the second tankiest tier 10 destroyer. Barbiano is the tankiest at this point. Barbiani is the tankiest for the tier K, and then comes Elbing. So 31.6 puts you right here, second tankiest. Oh, but it's a sub, by the way. It's not even a destroyer. Fragile class, by the way. 90mm plating. Okay, so we can angle against a lot of things. Dive capacity 260 units. So what? 4 minutes 20. 4 minutes 20, and it recharges just as quickly as it... Wait, it recharges just as quickly as it depletes. Holy shit. Don't subs have French saturation? They do, you're right though. Wait, how fucking tanky is this thing gonna be? This thing might be a lot tankier than cruisers, actually. This is like a 32k HP Kleber. This is like a 32k HP Kleber. It's better than French DD Saturation because French DD Saturation takes full damage at first and then it becomes saturated, but subs are automatically saturated from the start, so it's actually much better than French Saturation. Man, this thing is gonna out-tank a lot of cruisers. Like, straight up, this thing on the surface, he's gonna out-trade you with his guns or some shit. What a fucking fine design by what a competent developer, holy shit. 40k Kleber, I don't think even 40k Kleber is gonna be enough. Keep in mind also that Kleb has to give broadside to use all his guns, so you got a big surface area to hit. This thing is going to sit perfectly nose in. Only the small sub profile nose in, and then he's just going to shoot his guns straight in. Holy fuck. Fire range 13.5 kilometers, of course. 34mm pen, AP 4.8, 8-second reload. Okay. I wonder what the dispersion is. 116. How good is that? Is that cruiser dispersion or is that DD dispersion? I think that's barely cruiser dispersion. Let me see, actually. 10 kilometers, 116. It is cruiser. I think it's somewhere in between cruiser dispersion. 8 seconds on two or freeze is a really good reload for a fucking submarine, by the way. He's W, 45 second. 6 km range, drops 2 bombs, nice. Imagine a sub having better ASW than most destroyers and many cruisers. That's pretty fucking wild. Wait. They didn't show... They only show the stern torps? They didn't show the bow torps. But 12 km range, 16k, alpha, 69 knots. What? These are like gearing torps. It's launching gearing torps. It's launching gearing torpedoes. They're the same? So wait, it's going to be launching 4 gearing torps and then it can turn the sides and launch another 3 and 3 gearing torps? Holy shit. 32 knots, 610, 9.7. Actually doesn't have the nutty rudder that most subs have. 32, 5.7 conceal. Wait, 5.7 conceal. So it outspots gearing. It actually outspots gearing as well. Holy shit. So it's gonna outspot a lot of DDs, and then when you see it, you're gonna have to... Imagine having to kill 32k of fucking French saturation in a DD. Holy shit. Oh, it's got fast DCP as well. Fast DCP, holy shit. Submarine surveillance, 60 seconds, 6 km. Wait, how much of a nerf is this really? Isn't the normal one like 7 km? That's the great downside? But like, so if you're playing a cruiser, this thing can just open up from stealth at 6 km with AP on you. No, it's about 8 km. But like, this is insane. It can show up 6 kilometers from you, line up on your citadel, and then just start fucking plinking away. I think you beat a lot of DDs in a gunfight in this thing. Main battery reload booster, minus 75%! What the fuck? So the 8-second reload becomes a 2-second reload. 2-second reload, and it lasts 10 seconds. So you... What the fuck? So you're gonna get at least 10 volleys off. At least 10 volleys off. Or sorry, 5 volleys, 10 shells. At least 10 shells. Which is... You can dev strike a BM. You can dev strike a Des Moines. You can do 50k AP citadel damage. You can show up on the broadside of a DM and just dev strike him. Shit, you can dev strike basically any light cruiser in the game with that reload burst. You can just show up on any light cruiser's broad. There's no light cruiser in the game that basically can survive if this thing shows up and starts bursting you. So is this how they fix shotgunning? They changed it from torpedoes to fucking AP shells on your broadside. Holy shit. That is so fucking retarded. That is actually so fucking retarded. The funny thing is, this thing can also, on a lot of smoke firing cruisers that sit in smoke, this thing can walk into the smoke spotting and spot the guy. So the smoke firing spotting sees him, and then he can launch do his 10-second burst, and then he can dive and dip away. Like, you can't, how do you play smoke cruiser against this thing? What the like, you'll have no warning when he just shows up. This is so retarded. I mean, I expected it to be retarded, but even for World Gaming, this is impressively retarded. Holy shit, this is demented. This is so fucking stupid. Oh, here we go. 20% engine boost, and it does 32. So wait, hold up. This one was 32, and we'll run speed flag, and then we'll do. Was it 20%? Did I fucking not hallucinate? It was 20% speed boost. So it will do 40 knots. 40 knots. And this speed boost worked underwater as well. This speed boost worked underwater. They specified that this thing will work underwater as well. Holy, this is so fucking retarded. Jesus, this is so fucking retarded. Aye. This is incredibly retarded. Yeah, enlarged shaft. Enlarged shaft. When did enlarged shaft work? It was when fuck, where is it? Enlarged shaft was when there were. Here it is. Where is enlarged shaft? Here it is. Enlarged propeller shaft. Speed on the surface and at periscope depth 18%. 18% on the surface. So wait, this is so fucking this is so, even for wargaming, this is so fucking demented. Holy shit, this is so fucking demented. So you do 40 knots underwater and on the surface, but then if when you go under 50% power or battery remaining, enlarged propeller shaft kicks in, and you do another 18%. Bro, imagine trying to run away from this thing in a destroyer. Imagine playing like your low HP Shima and you're trying to run away, and this thing runs at you. He's 8 knots faster than your Shimakaze. He's got the same conceal as you do. Your concealment is 5.6, his concealment is 5.7. He runs down your IGN destroyer and then outguns you. Imagine trying to run it down and kill it with ASW, with ship-based ASW. Imagine a sub imagine a destroyer trying to catch this thing and drop like ASW on it. Holy shit. This thing is gonna hunt so many cruisers so easily. It's just gonna show up and burst the cruiser and then disappear. What the this is so fucking demented. Wow, I'm impressed. So they added a bunch of kite cruisers, and then they add this thing. I mean, I guess it fits. Only way to play against this is to run away. Like, how do you go into position on the flank with the Surcouf? He just shows up and fucking bursts you. And how many ASW strikes do you need to hit on a fucking 32k HP sub to kill him? Like, a direct hit is what? Under 5k. This is so demented. Try to run away from this in a BB. Oh, it's like, imagine this thing chasing your battleship. He's so much faster than you that he continually has to stop. And then he's launching gearing torps all the time on you. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. What a demented shit. What a demented shit. It's so demented. That's... Bro, what is their obsession with subs? That is truly a question. Yeah, he can torp you from outside your ASW range. Holy shit. Aguirre? Okay. We'll reveal the rarity of the following ships. Epic, epic, Epic rare. Okay. This doesn't really mean anything, honestly. This whatever doesn't mean anything. Jesus. Wow. They really fucking hate cruisers, by the way. Did you guys notice that? Like all of their ships were cruiser killers. And every ship they added was like a cruiser killer. Oh, this thing really kills cruisers. This thing is really good against cruisers. Then you had a sub, which can fucking smash a cruiser as well. Sub having ASW is fucking hilarious. The sub has plane-based ASW, bro. I've been dreaming of having plane-based ASW on my ships. Not allowed, I guess. Holy fuck. 150mm difference in the torps, but same damage. Sussy for me. Oh, that's just they don't know how to code two different torps on the same ship. That's what it comes down to. Wargaming doesn't know how to code different torps on the same ship. So they just slap the same parameters on them.